Hi, Anita. Thank you for coming back. I hope the other people show up, but even if they don't, you're wonderful to talk to as well, sweetheart. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to see if I hope I've got that other live stream shut down. I told it to check if you'll just be patient with me. Going to go back and see. Nope, it's still going live. Hi, Emin kids. Thank you for coming back. I'm going to finish doing this. I'm trying to see if I can end the other live stream somehow. It's buffering really bad over here. I'm trying to close it. And thanks for being patient. I'm just trying to close that other live stream out. And it kind of won't let me. It's being really difficult. Thank you for coming back, Smurfalicious Sim. It's being really funny with me, and I'm trying to close out the other live stream. I told it to, but it didn't actually. And it's buffering really bad and won't let me do it. So I'll do that later. I'm having trouble with my internet and Wi-Fi as well. Anytime it looks like it's going to even remotely rain, it starts buffering and hiccuping and sneezing. Oh, I didn't know YouTube was doing it to everyone. I had the hardest time going live. I have not been live since November. What I was just about to show people was that the flowers that I made earlier and put the pearl on the inside of it so that when you tuck the flap under, it would stay in this little box that I've made. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this little holder box thing. That I'm going to take the Velcro that I have here, and there's a raised loopy part, and there's another part that feels like felt. Well, I want the part that feels like felt to go on the center of the bottom here, and I want the part with loops to go on the top. So I take them off and I attach them to each other. It's some very, very secure sticky glue. So with that being said, I'm going to put some extra glue on it just because if I want to give this to somebody, I would be embarrassed if it was sloppy and just fell apart, you know. I would be mortified. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to kind of eyeball it and put it right in the center. Where I want that. So they're both together, right? I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on top. I'm going to close this down and stick it underneath the flower just like that. And I'm going to press these Velcro circles down. And I got the Velcro circles at my local Dollar Tree over in the crafting section. So when it has time to dry, I'll be able to lift it up and down. And the flower is just a pretty little embellishment that goes in the back. This is a holder that goes in the middle. I'm going to start, let me put the Velcro up because I've got too many things in my way at the moment. All my ink pads and stuff. So I'm going to do an accordion fan fold. Did any of you guys ever make a fan like when you were in school? Well, this is sort of like that. I made one that has this giant peak like that. You see this next one in the middle? You're going to completely ignore it. I'm going to bend this next one back and forth. Use the bone folder. And then I'm going to ignore this next one. And I'm going to raise this one up. Like that. Let me see. If I even got that right. I did not. Let's look at my notes here. When I'm done. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it if you do. I had like 30 likes on my other one. And I don't know how many likes were on this one. I can't really tell. So it's supposed to look, and I just did it completely backwards. Let's bend it forward, up. I had to draw a picture here. This is what it's supposed to look like right here when I'm done folding it, and I did it completely backwards. Sorry. Was like I don't know how to explain it, but I knew how to draw it. So that's it right there. Thank you, Michael, for coming back. I appreciate it so much. I was having trouble on the other one. So this is what it looks like on top. I've got the 3 peaks right here. This is actually what it's supposed to, if I can get in camera, it's supposed to look like. It has these 3 little mountains and a flat space in between. The 2 flat spaces and the 3 little mountains. I like to make really sharp creases once I've got it folded the way I want it. I want it to be really, really nice when I'm done, and you'll see why. I'm going to make the envelopes next. Thank you for hanging in there with me, and thank you for coming back. And if you guys could tweet this out and tell my mutual friends and your mutual friends that I'm trying to do something live. This is what it looks like on top. And this is what's going to hold my envelopes that I'm going to make right now in a second. I'm going to put this aside. I know you did. I can count on you every time. I'm pretty sure you did. I'm going to take this item here, which is an envelope punch board, and it has become, do you remember, it's become a real handy little tool. I've been using it since last fall, and I also got it at my Tuesday morning. So I'm trying to get in camera here where you can see it. This is by We Are Memory Keepers, and it comes with its own little bone folder here, even though We Are Memory Keepers bone folders look exactly alike. They're the little blue ones. You remember earlier in my first live stream where I took the scrapbook paper that came in the pad, and the paper pad that I'm using today is called Spring and Bow paper pad. It was a hot buy purchase at Michael's. It was $5 a pack for 48 sheets. They're 12 by 12 packs, and it has many different designs on the inside, and it has a couple of different pages of each design. I took the design and I cut the paper at 5 by 5. And here's how you use the envelope board. If you've never seen an envelope board before, have you ever seen an envelope board, or do you have one, Anita? Because you can actually make these with a ruler. And it says I need to take, let's see if I can get my camera a little bit closer to what I'm doing here. I forgot it. I always have to do backwards. Well, I didn't know how to use it when I first got it. I saw a lot of crafters using it, and I wanted one so bad, and I found it at Tuesday morning, and it was maybe about $5 at the time, because Tuesday morning is really cheap on their crafting items. So I want you to see that it has numbers across the top. It has this thing here that almost looks like a quote box, and it's got this little arrow, and in here it's got a line where you can make a crease with it. This is a punch tool, and I'll show you what you can do with it. I made this paper. I cut it down to 5 inches by 5 inches, and I'm going to score and punch at the 2 3/8 inch side. So I go right up here and I find 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and it's clearly marked for you right there. I lined it up with the 2 3/8. I take my hand and I punch. I'm going to try to do it where you can see it, not move your paper. You punch straight down on it, just like that. You punch, and then you put your bone folder in there right against the wall of this, and it's going to fall right into that crease. And you take the little paper, and try not to press too hard because this is scrapbook paper, and you go right here. So when you turn it around, you don't go to 2 3/8 again. You take the line that you just made and you line it up right there with the tip of this. See where it says score guide? You line that up right there inside that line. Then you punch and you score again, and you do that on all 4 sides. And I do this here. And there, that's done. You're going to have two ends of the paper that have bigger triangle sections at the other than the other side. You're going to take the bigger sections. I'm going to turn the envelope scoreboard around, and on the back side it has a corner rounder. And when you put this in here, make sure you line it up really good with the edges, and you can feel it. And you put that in here. And I'm doing the biggest corners, hun, for the envelope. There's two big corners. There's two small corners. And I'm just doing two. And I'm going to put this aside. Hi, Jan. Welcome back. Thank you for finding me, honey. So I'm going to do this for all four envelopes. I'm going to line this up at the 2 3/8 side. I punch and I score. Try not to be too heavy-handed because you'll poke right through scrapbook paper. This is thicker scrapbook paper than the individual pieces that you would buy at a craft store. But still, you can be too heavy-handed with it. Take the pointy part of, it's like the flotation bubble, but take the pointy part and put it right in the middle of the line that you just, the score line that you just made, and punch again. You don't have to continue to measure it. And then you do this. I forgot to score. I was talking. Score. I need score. That's what he said. Ha ha ha. She can be silly sometimes. Okay. Punch and score. And I'm going to do this really quickly for all four envelopes. We're going to distress the envelopes too. And remember I said it had two larger sides and then it has two smaller sides. JC and Snow Bear, hi! Oh my goodness. I can't believe she found me. This is part 2. Now my internet messed up somehow. Okay, I'm going to take the other side of the envelope punch board. Welcome, JC. Thank you for coming to be here. I'm so happy to see you. My life. Do you make handbag key ring chains? No, but I know how. Okay, so I just corner rounded these, and it didn't want to do it. It was, so I've got to move all the little bits and pieces out from under it because it had a lot of little scrapbook things. So I'm going to try that again. It wasn't a very good cut. That seems to be a little better. And when all else fails, find your scissors. Yeah, easy for her to say, right? She sits and crafts and then she loses all of her scissors. Here we go. Thank you, Jen. It didn't cut very round, but before we had corner rounders, we had scissors, and I cut that just along there. So I've got 2 more to go. Thank you all for being here. I love you. Thank you very much. I cut this piece of paper to 5 inches by 5 inches, and I'm lining it up at 2 3/8. And I'm punched and I score. And I line the pointer thing up here in the score line, and I punch and score again. And repeat all the way around. Thank you for coming to my live stream for the second time today, everybody. and a punch and score again. I'm going to take you see all these little pieces? You can save them if you want to, but remember, if you're not going to use them, it's just hoarding. And I've got enough stuff I'm saved. I'm not sure. I see how pretty that rounded it? I have one more to do. I'm just tossing them up here. And I'm going to distress them with ink before I attach them. Punch and score. Punch and score. Punch. And sorry I stopped talking, everybody. I got concentrating on what I was doing, and sometimes that happens. Okay, I'm going to move this. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to throw away the little bits left behind by the punch board. I'm going to take my phone folder here and hit the camera with it. I'm going to adjust my camera. There we go. Fold this up. Okay. And here's what we just made. Isn't that so stinking cute? A tiny little envelope. I'm going to do this to all 4 pieces. I'm sorry. Yeah, the heat is quite an adjustment from where you were living. I know it doesn't help. It'll make you feel worse. Stay in the air conditioning. Just stay in front of a fan. So I'm making really sharp creases on the score lines that I made. And I'm going to glue them and I'm going to distress them. Happy Lux, welcome back. Thank you. Wow. I appreciate you coming back. I made these precious tiny little envelopes. And I'm going to close my scissors before I have a horrible accident on live, which is always the risk with me. I'm going to take my little pad that I was using here. And use my little distress tool. And I was using, welcome back, Jenny. Thank you for being here. I just made these precious little envelopes that would fit a 3x3 card, but I'm going to put little T's in them. I'm taking my ink pad here. I'm going to fill it full of ink. This is Victorian Velvet color. And I'm just going to lightly touch the edges here on all sides, front and back. Just like that. Just to give it an aged effect. Oh, I'm sorry, JC. You're going to be in my thoughts. Thank you for coming by. Bless her heart. I pray she feels better today. I think I'm going to do it on all the edges right here, just to be consistent. Just lightly. It doesn't have to be really heavy. I just want it to be consistent with everything else. So I don't know which way I'm going to glue it down yet. Kids in Life, the pattern that I got from this is a designer from the UK. Her name is Sam Donald, and her website is www.pootles, POOTLES.co.uk. She is a wonderful crafter. Cardiac Tap Fam. Welcome. I'm just so stunned. Thank you for being here. All the sweet people that have came. I'm just using my ink to distress the edges. Look at all the beautiful people in my chat. If you don't mind, you please use the thumbs button, whichever way you like. I'm making these beautiful envelopes and I'm putting tea in them, and I'm making a tea holder here. So I'm distressing the edges of the envelope lightly with ink. I'm going to glue them shut. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome. I'm happy to have all of you here. I get really excited when anyone comes in. Cardiac Tap Fam, you're awesome. Thank you for being here. I don't even know if James Sharp knows I'm over on part 2 over here. YouTube messed me up on part 1. I'm going to lightly I may go up later tonight if I have time. I'm usually a late night streamer. When I get done here, I have an errand to run. But this is just, I know I'm not talking a lot. I was concentrating on what I'm doing. But I hope you guys are watching. Thank you for dropping that. Thank you so much. And nobody has to give me anything, I promise. Just your friendship. You don't even have to do that, but I so appreciate it when you do. It makes me feel wonderful. I have so needed this company right now. Your late night and your early morning. Well, good morning to you. I realize there's a time difference. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just making sure I get everything here distressed evenly and that I don't leave out any sides. There's one. There's two. I didn't realize I was out of camera. Somebody say something. Good morning, Em and kids. Thank you for coming back to me. Being here after I've been away for so long. I'm sorry I'm stopped talking again. I really am afraid to play music in the background that I'll get a copyright strike. And I don't have any of the channels saved up to store it in my playlist to play while I'm crafting. When I get busy crafting like this, then I don't realize I've stopped talking, and that would be pretty boring for you guys. Can somebody tell me how many people are actually watching now? I've got 10 thumbs up. I had 30 on my last one. Let's see if we can break that record. I'm feeling a little better today than I have been in a while. You see 8? That's what I see too. That's good. It's saying 8 right now. That's what I'm seeing. On the last one, I was seeing something different than y'all were seeing. So, thank you for asking, Jan. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing good, and everyone here. And 8 likes. I'm seeing 10 likes. Okay. Hurry back. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Thank you, Cardiac. Thank you for being here, dear. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for being here. Cardiac, I haven't got to see you around too much, and I wanted to just show my appreciation. I wonder where all my other friends are at. Nobody's got a notification. I know I have a lot more friends than this, but you know what? I appreciate each and every one of you that came here. I mean it. Jan's life journey, how are you feeling today? I hope you all are doing well. Thank you, Anita. I love it when you come to the stream and tell me that, though, too, because it gives me encouragement, and I need that. Has anybody here watched Game of Thrones? I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched some of it. I'm going to put the lid on this. I think I'm through distressing. I'm going to put the pad up. There's a chance because the tea that I was going to use in here was peppermint tea. I get out 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to use 2 chamomile and 2 peppermint. How does that sound? Hi, Matt. I hope you're enjoying your time with your mom. Thank you. I don't blame you, Cardiac. I'm going to use 2 tea bags, 2 different flavors. I've got chamomile and I have peppermint. And the reason that I chose those was kind of for the green to pick up the green in the paper, and for the chamomile it's kind of a pinkish. Because the envelope is kind of a wonky size, I put it in here and I decide which way that I'm going to want the envelope to fold. Well, it looks kind of funny. So this goes in first and then this over this. This one's going to have a point. I didn't round the corner on the right one, so I'm just going to put it back in here and do it that way. And voila, it looks much better already, except I did it upside down. So that's the way not to do it. Don't worry about it ever. It's just paper, so never flip out and go, what did I do? Yeah, I made a mistake with a piece of paper. If that's the worst thing you ever do, you're doing good. So we're going to end up making it tall instead of wide because of the way that it's going to go like this. So I'm going to take the tea out. I'm going to take a dot of glue right here. I'm going to put it over here and hold it down. This glue only takes a couple of seconds to dry. And then I'm going to take it off because I'm a dummy. I'm going to put this in here first. Now I'm going to put glue back on it again in this spot that I messed up. I think I want it Nope, I don't want it to look like that either. Boy, am I really being ditzy right now. Remember, it's just paper, and I've only made a ton of these before, so there's no reason for my real confusion. This is the last thing. Last time I'm gluing it down. Here, I'm going to slip this in the envelope that I just made. And then when this closes down, it's going to look like that in the back. It'll be just fine. That's one made. I'm going to decide which way is up on this one because it's patterned paper. Because I want to keep them all consistent and figure out which way I did it, I'm going to where'd I put my corner rounder down at? Yeah. I've made a few of these, quite a few of these, believe it or not. I'm acting like I never have. See, when you get to doing it on live stream, you forget what you're supposed to be doing. So, put a little bit right here. Close that down. Eagle Eye Vlogs Paranormal. Hello. Welcome to my live stream. I'm making some little envelopes to go in a tea holder. I'm almost to... I've got... See, this one looks exactly like that one now. Welcome. Glad you're here. That one goes in the little envelope just perfectly. See, Anita? See, everyone? That tea bag fit right in there. So I'm going to leave it out here so I can continue to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to round all four corners instead of just those two. Decide which way is up. Yep, that way is up. So, yeah, she don't know which way is up. Technically, she didn't. Put a little bit of glue right there. Hold that down. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, please. Let me see, which way do I want to be? Straight up and down. It's this way. So I'm putting a little bit of glue right there. And again right there. And for the last one, we're going to put that in the envelope too. And I'm going to set these envelopes aside, and I'm going to start to do the, remember where I folded the accordion thing? Now I have 4 little envelopes right here that hold tea. And Eagle Eye Vlogs, I made a tea holder thing, and I made a flower. I put a Velcro closure on it, and I'm going to put them on the inside of this box. I'll show you in just a minute. I've been working on it for a couple hours, and I had to do another live stream because the first one didn't like me very much at all. So I'm setting this aside so I have room to continue to do this. And I'm bringing down my directions I got from Sam Donald, who is Pootles Craft, and she's my favorite crafter. And kids, you need to go watch Sam Donald at Pootles Stampin' Up UK. She's a Stampin' Up designer demonstrator, and this is what the box is going to look like on the inside, but I've used a different pattern paper. I'm going to get my score tape here and my scissors. And it says to put, okay, for the inner, turn it over to where I have these two parts on the bottom. I'm going to find where my tape begins. Good luck to me for that, right? I found where my tape begins. And it says, put it on the first. That extended a little longer than I wanted it to be, just using my scissors and cutting that off. And the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth one, put the score tape is sticky tape. It's sticky on the inside, and when you peel the paper off, it's sticky on the other side. So it's double stick tape made for crafters. I'm going to have these up in my Etsy shop, Eagle Eye. And it says the first, the fourth, and the last one. So I'm going to take this off right here. I'm so glad you like it, Eagle Eye. I love your name as well. Let me see. Oh, I'm going to take the paper backing off here with my little pointy tool. And I'm going to attach it to here. I'm going to repeat. This was the first, the fourth, and the last section on the back side. I'm going to burnish this down a little bit again. And maybe go from here. I'm so glad you're here. The design for this is by Sam Donaldson. And she's pootlescrafter.co.uk. And she has her own video channel here. And I've made tons of these. And not that you could tell it, because when you're on a live stream, you just chat and talk and do it very differently. But this is going to be like to give as a gift, like to somebody that drinks tea, or gift baskets for people in a nursing home, or give to your mother at Mother's Day. And I'm going to put a link to Sam Donaldson's channel down below. And then this is what it looks like when you're done. This is what you're going to attach your envelopes to on the inside. But I'm going to put this sticky tape right down here on the bottom, so it will stick on the inside of the holder. James, you found me on part 2. Part 1 bumped me out. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, James. Thank you. Hardly anybody knows about it. YouTube is acting crazy today. So I'm taking the double-sided tape, the red sticky tape here, and I'm using my little sharp pointed James Sharp. Come in. I'm using something sharp. I'm not going to take the paper off of yet. I'm going to put the tape on the inside. And I'm going to put it here. I've got to find where my tape starts again. Where, oh, where did the beginning go? There it is. I know. That's the second or third time I did that today about coincidences. So I'm going to put sticky tape right here. I'm going to pick up my sharp, very sharp scissors. These are the Tim Holtz tiny little 5-inch scissors. So I'm going to put it on the first, the second, notice how I'm not burning or cutting myself at all. Thank you. Knock on wood. The third. And one more here. One more row for sticky tape. Irish whiskey found me again. Don't run with those. I promise I will run upstairs with a lollipop in my mouth holding these scissors. Stephanie, hello. It's so wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining me, Irish Whiskey, and everyone. I hope you guys gave me a big old thumbs up for a quiet, relaxing evening. All afternoon in the craft room. Let's see. So, James Sharp. I'm going to use the sharp tool again. I'm going to open up the tea holder. I've put Velcro closure on the inside, and I made the flower embellishment. The sharp tool, warning. Okay. This goes on the inside here, down at the bottom. So I'm going to close my scissors up because I'm not going to use those right now at the moment. Sharp tool warning. I'm going to turn this over and take the back of the sticky tape and peel that off. So I want to burnish it down and make sure it sticks to the paper really well. Native Crammy, hello, welcome. Thank you, dear. I pulled both sides of the sticky tape off with a very sharp, pointy tool, James. This, you can put your eye out with something like this. So, I'm holding on to it very, very well because when it goes down, it goes down. You can't lift that back up anymore. the way you'd like to. So, I'm getting my edge here, my edge here. Well, I was a long, long phone call because my mom got a wreck. Someone just ran into the behind of her car, but my mom's okay. Thank you, God. Just broken backlights, bumper, and a trunk tent. Thank God your mom is okay, James. Thankful. I'm so thankful. Cars can be replaced, but moms can't. So glad you told me too. This little edge of tape is hanging off here. I want to cut that. I want it to be neat and pretty. And I've got sticky stuff on my scissors, and so I'm distracted. So I got to pull that off of my scissors because I'm so sorry she got in an accident. I'm so grateful to God your mom is okay. I'm going to take these edges right here. See, this is the front flap. And right behind the front flap is where I want to put this holder thing. And you see these edges right here? I'm going to line these bottom edges up in between it and an even space on both sides. So I'm going to put my glasses back on for that. Yes, it does take time to get over a car accident like that. I was hit in a car accident one time too, and I wasn't hurt, but I kept hearing it for days and days and days and days and days. Okay. Very, very carefully putting this down to line it up where I want it to live and pressing it down. And this is the second time that's happened to your mom. Oh, she's going to be sore all over. I hope she's got something to help with her nerves, James. And I'm going to use this sharp tool again. No, I'm not. I've got to embellish the envelopes, honey. I'm going to put that right back down here. Do you remember how earlier, I don't know who was with me earlier. I know Anita was, and Em and Kids was, that I made these flowers for the front, for the back of the envelope here. Well, I put these foam dots on the back of the flowers, and on the back of them, there's a piece of paper. I can get in there and lift it up. And then when you take it off, it's sticky on the back. Well, I'm so glad you're here, though. Got to unstick my glue here. I'm going to put a dot of glue on the back right here. And right where this is going to close is where I'm going to put that embellishment, so the end of the envelope can tuck down behind that flower. I'll just hold it for a second. I'm going to do that to all four, excuse my arm there, all four envelopes. While this is, I'm going to set this aside and let it dry. I'm going to find I'll have it up in my Etsy shops after the live stream. I'll have them up tonight, Stephanie. I have choices of tea that go in them, but today I'm just putting chamomile and peppermint because the colors matched the colors matched the scrapbook paper I used. So I'm going to put this down right here where the envelope closes so you can tuck it behind the flower. That just makes my heart feel all warm and smiley. Stephanie, thank you. Gosh. I'm going to keep using the sharp tool, James Sharp. I'll have your mom in my prayers because I know what it feels like. I'm trying to get the paper off the back of these foam dots, but you can get these foam dots anywhere, any department store or craft store. Okay. See where I glued this down before? James, I'm always going to warn you when I've got the sharp tool. This is sharp tool warning. It's like, because I could hurt myself on a sharp tool. Okay. When these dry, I'll fix the flower where it's not so flat, okay? But yeah, I've got one more flower. If you were here at the beginning, you would see that I made those flowers with punch tool and put the jewel on the inside. James, seriously, I will lift prayers up for your mom because that affects your nerves as well. And when you're hit from behind, you're going to be sore all over for the next week. So I send her many blessings, a lot of love, and much hugs. Gentle ones, though, because she's sore. I hope she won't be too long. This is true. That's the way I am too, Anita. If I didn't tease and pick on somebody, you know that I don't like them. I'm going to turn this envelope over. Hi, Jenny. I'm going to put this down, like I said, right where the envelope closes so that it can tuck down behind the flower. And I'm thinking about putting one of my tiny little, I've got some tiny little Velcro closures to keep the envelope closed. That's what I think I'll use because I don't totally trust this to keep it closed. You do? Oh my gosh. I think everybody remembers the hot glue gun blowing up. It wasn't that long ago where my heat gun came on by itself. I'm not a heat gun. What am I saying? What am I saying? Okay. I have some tiny little Velcro dots here that are really sticky. I think I'm going to put them right there. and put a little drop of glue on it. Tuck it in and press. Hold it. Oh, I've used the hot glue since then because I got a brand new hot glue gun after that. If you remember, K-Dog dropped money in my PayPal, and I went right out the next day to the Tuesday morning store, and I bought a new glue gun and a bag of glue sticks to go with it. And it's better than the one that blew up because it has a low temperature and a high temperature on it. So I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to put a Velcro closure on all of this because I'm just that extra. The thing is, it's anything that I make. So I didn't really know K-Dog well other than the chats, but every time I see him, I show him so much respect and appreciation because nobody has to donate anything to be my friend, and that was just the sweetest thing. And I know he doesn't have a lot either. And that was just an awesome, amazing. We have wonderful people in our community. And, you know, I don't have a lot either. What personal money I do have, I have from selling crafts or buying something and reselling it at a higher price. So, even though this Velcro has some sticky on its back, I still put some glue down on it and hold it for a second or two. Well, the other day, my heat gun, I was using it and it got so hot in my hand that I couldn't hold it, and I turned it off and I put it down on a stack of paper, and while it was off, it came on by itself. So there was something bad wrong with the on-off switch, and so now every time I use it, I have to unplug it immediately. I do too. I read about that. Eagle Eye. He's a very, very kind person. Like I said, I didn't even know him very well, but I show him nothing but respect and kindness whenever I see him. Thank you for saying that, Eagle Eye. I try to be respectful and kind to everybody, but I'm human. I make mistakes too. I'm not perfect, but I keep trying. You pick yourself up and move forward. Learn from your mistakes. That's all you can do. I don't have my angel wings yet. I'm working on them. I may go live tonight. Would anybody want to come visit me tonight? They broke his TV, laptop, and other stuff. I saw that. And that sounds like somebody that knew him. I mean, that's so intentional. You know, how bad. That is so bad. I feel real bad for K-Dog. He's had a long string of bad luck. So I kept part of the packaging when I bought this so that when I ran out, I could take this with me and I know what to buy again, because I bought this at the Walmart. These little bitty Velcro ones were over in the sewing section. And so sewing is just an option. I need another drink of water. I put the pin back in my glue. I'm going to check and see if anything that I've glued here is even remotely dry. It is. Listen. The Velcro closure. Anita, everybody. Can you hear that? It works. Sorry. I'm so easily amused. I'm so easily amused. So I'm going to put this back down here. James Sharp, I'm about to use the sharp tool again. I'm going to raise these flowers up, flower petal a bit more, just to give it some dimension. Thank you, Eagle Eye. Thank you for being here, too. I don't know where all my other friends are at. Is everyone live streaming this evening? Hi, Jan's Life. A lot of people came on. You mean a lot of people went live? Okay. I have 4 little envelopes made so far. Can you see them? It's me moving the camera. When if I had any sense at all, I could simply move the envelopes. Wow. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'm going to take the double stick tape off of here. And I'll show you. I want you guys to welcome Brandolyn into the chat. For those of you who may not know, that's my oldest daughter. This is the first time a family member has come into my live stream that I'm aware of. I have made them and give them away for gifts, but this is going to be up in my Etsy store tonight. And Stephanie said she wanted to buy one from me. The first one that you lay down is going to be face up. The second one is going to be mirroring it, facing each other. So the flowers are going to face each other. And Brandolyn is Brandy for short, you guys. You could put those in gift baskets. You could give them away to people at nursing homes. but I want to make sure that I glue these in here the right way. I'm easily amused, so welcome to my chat, Brandy. I'm almost to the end of my video here. I've been live for a couple of hours. So I made the paper flower, I made the envelope, I made the holder, and I'm amusing myself with the Velcro closures that tucks behind the flower. So I used sticky tape for the inside, and I'm going to just line it up just above the crease because I want it and make it even with the other envelope. I'm going to mirror them to where they're facing each other. I'm so glad you're watching. I'm stunned. It was one of the few times. Oh, and kids, I might be back up later tonight, my time. I understand. I'm so glad you could join us. I hope you have a good day in the UK. How did you knock yourself offline, Anita? That sounds like something I would do on my own live stream. Much love to all. Thank you, and kids, for being here. It means a lot that you would come around. Thank you. I'm almost to the end of this tea holder. You can be able to see it on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook page called Not Now, Not Ever. I'd appreciate it if you go and join over there. And I'm going to, before I forget, I'm going to put the third one facing me. Oh, you liked Brandy's channel and then you hit the wrong thing to come back. That sounds like something I would do. No problem. So when I put the third one down, the third one's going to face me, but don't put it right in the crease. You're going to want a little extra space so that it will move freely. Oh gosh. I've got everything sticking to me. And then the fourth one and the last one here, and I'm about to the end of this, is I want to make sure I'm sticking them in here right side up because it's just like me to glue it in upside down. I don't actually have a channel of my own. That's okay. Brandy, you can be a supporter. I'm going to put this last one in here facing away, but even with the other one. But remember, I'm putting it above that last crease, that last score line. And I put it down and I press. And so, when I close this package up, you see that it has 4 envelopes on the inside of it. I got this one up just a little bit too tall, I think. But I'm not going to take it apart. And then I've got I put a Velcro circle. I got this circle at the Dollar Tree, a package of those. And then I used my paper punches, Brandy, to make these flowers. And so, as far as everything's concerned, Stephanie and Brandy and Anita and Em kids and Native Grammy, you've reached your destination. This is I made it and then I juggled it. This is the completed one. I will tuck it back in a little better. And I'm thinking about coming back on later tonight because I've got some other things that I wanted to make. I have an errand to run, and then I got stuck on doing this. This is the tea holder pouch that I've been working on for a couple of hours. And I've made everything in it except the paper. I didn't make the paper, but I know how to make paper. And I did not make the tea. Well, part one, I got bumped off of YouTube and I had to start part two. Thank you, Eagle Eye. And she's my daughter, and she's a lot of people on YouTube are supporters and stuff too. And we do need those, and I certainly appreciate it, believe me. How rude of them. Yeah, it was rude of them to bump us off, but this is what it looks like on top. This is what it looks like in the front. I'm going to go live later tonight. I know I want to. I'm usually a late. Rude of them to bump you off the video. It was. I had to go start another video, and then I lost most of my viewers, but then I've got faithful ones that do come back. So this is what it looks like on the front with the flower that has a foam dot dimensional on it that raised it up, and you tuck the flap down behind the flower. I've got a Velcro closure. I don't know. It's okay. I don't know, Anita. I'm going to be random about it. And being a mod is not a job or responsibility. If you can, you can. And if you can't, you can't. And I'm not even going to get upset about it like some other channels. They say, well, if you can't be up here every time I go live, I'm going to take your wrench away. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. I've got a real life. But yeah, I put the little baby Velcro inside the envelopes, and so it opens and closes with a nice little crunch, and it will hold your tea in there. That is how some are, but not me, and that's not my rules for my channel at all. Mine is you be here if you like me, if you want me, if you like my content, if you want to sit out, hang out with me while I make a mess or make a fool of myself, or I sing or play or craft or do anything. You're welcome to be here just as a friend. You don't even have to perform as a moderator when you get here. Moderators, people that carry the blue wrench, or people that I know. Okay, Native Grammy, I'm so glad you came here. And Stephanie, thank you for saying that. I didn't know for sure. And I'm so glad you were. Stephanie, is this one that you wanted? I'm going to put on my Etsy shop later. Or do you want me to make different choices later on tonight? But nobody has an obligation to do anything when they come to my channel. Being a mod is not a responsibility or a job. You don't owe anything to me whatsoever. You don't even know me in real life. Started doing tech, and lives would be watching 24/7. Yeah, I love metal detecting. I want some Garrett brand gear. If you don't like the tea that comes in this, Stephanie, you can always take it out and put in whatever brand that you feel is a good idea. Now, I ordered clear bags, this clearbags.com, if anybody wants to know. And I ordered these in 5 3/4 and 6.5 for some of my cards and other things. And they shipped right to my house. They were very reasonable, but I got a big package of them. They kept flying away loose. The cats are watching too. Hi, Mitzi and Brandy. If you notice the color change on your name, that means if somebody comes in here and starts talking some crap, you have the ability to bump them out of my room. Just kick them out and say, you don't, nobody talks like that to my mama but me. I forgot the name of your other cat. Mitzi and somebody. What's the name of your other cat? Spooky. Well, of course. Duh. Look, I don't have Alzheimer's yet. So I put this in nice, pretty packaging, Stephanie. I pull the tape off the back, and it's just like you buy it at the store. It's put in there right away, and it's ready to ship out. Look at that. What do you guys think about that? And when I bought these bags, they were flying all over the place, so I made a package for them, and I made the envelope for them and put them in there. So I got the package from clearbags.com. I ordered them online because I make a bunch of stuff to sell. So, Stephanie, ta-da! It's packaged. That's supposed to be professional and stuff. On clearbags.com, not that I'm sponsored by them, but I would like to be, is you can go in and type in the measurements of the package that you need, and they will send that to you. You can order whatever size you want. Thank you, Anita. You guys have been wonderful, but I need to use the restroom. I've been sitting here for about 4 hours. And also, I was supposed to go to town and run an errand, and I didn't. But this is how it ended up. And I really, really hate to end my live stream, but I do need to go to the restroom. And thank you for all the thumbs up. I'll leave a comment down at the bottom after the live stream loads, because I really love the comments. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love the thumbs up and the comments. And the lady I give credit for that designed these is a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and her name is Sam Donald, and her YouTube channel is pootles.co.uk. I think it's Pootles Craft is what it's called. And she made a tea bag folder holder, and she has a Facebook site. And so I printed this off of her website, and then when I put it down, I made all kinds of notes that I needed to know for the way that I think. Thank you so much for being here, Belinda and Eagle Eye. Let me give everybody a shout out before I leave. Belinda Ostrom and Eagle Eye, Anita Wheeler, and Brandy, and Stephanie Ferrante and Mike Earl, the other half of Belinda Ostrom, and Eagle Eye and Anita. Em and Kids Life Videos was here, and James the Sharpshooter was here. Jan's Life Journey. Thank you for being here too. Um, let's see who else was here. Jeannie Marceth was here. Lulu was here. Um, if there's anybody I missed, I'm really sorry. I'm going to end the live stream right now and go to the ladies' room, and there won't be any more ladies in it except me. And I hope you guys have a rest of a wonderful evening. If I have a chance, I'll go up live later tonight. I haven't done this in a while and I miss it terribly. And I'll make a different craft when I come up, or because I can't sing when my husband is home. He doesn't like it and he's trying to watch TV. So I'll talk to you later. I love you much. Bye for now. Thank you for being here. It's been a fun afternoon because of all of you.